Welcome to this class of network analysis and synthesis. In this class, I will summarize previous two lectures and will list the key terms which we came across during these two lectures. In the last class, we discussed some techniques for the solution of the simplest forms of linear differential equations with constant coefficients, which describe linear networks that of the first order. This can be written as this differential equation. It is the form for n is equal to 1 of nth order equation, which is this one, a naught nth order derivative of I plus a1 into n minus 1 order of derivative of I, and so on. Last term is an into I is equal to Vt. In these equations, a naught, a1, a2 up to an minus 1 an, these are constants, and it is the dependent variable, and it is usually a current, a voltage, a charge, or a flux. Here this equation is written in the form of current, but it is not necessarily going to be current always. It may be any of these quantities which are mentioned here. It may be a current, it may be a voltage, it may be a charge, it may be a flux, depends on the situation. T is the independent variable time. Vt is the forcing function. This represents a combination of voltage source and current source. Although in the above equation we have used term Vt, but it doesn't mean that it can be only voltage source. It can be a combination of voltage source and current source. This solution of the equation is often called the response as well. So this solution is called response also. This solution, IT. And similarly, this VT is sometimes called as the excitation. Now the solution of the equation for a specific RL series circuit is written as this expression in this form. IT is equal to K, which is a constant, undetermined constant here, and this is known as general solution. And this general solution applies to any number of situations. It's not specific to any particular situation. We have seen that using initial conditions, we can get the particular solution of the circuit, which will be of this form, where IT is equal to, now this K, which was unknown here, is determined, and then we write this. This is known as particular solution, and this fits the specifications of a particular problem. That's why the name particular solution. We have seen that how to calculate constant K looking at the initial conditions. This we have discussed, and these initial conditions are specific to a particular problem. So we'll have to see a particular problem to find out initial conditions through which we get the constant K. Initial conditions are specific for any given circuit. In next lectures, we will see more examples to understand the procedure of evaluating initial conditions for a given circuit. We have seen that how to get general solutions with the help of integrating factor, and that general solution which we get is of this form. General solution is of this form, where we have two parts. General solution general solution can be seen as a combination of two responses. One is particular solution, particular function, particular integral, not solution, particular integral, and complementary function. So this part, second part, is known as complementary function, and this first part is known as particular integral. Now these are also known as steady state response, first part, and second part is known as transient response. Now we can see certain properties, some points related to these two parts of solutions. So first part, which we call particular integral, that this part, particular integral, depends on Q. What is Q? Q is a forcing function. So this particular solution depends on forcing function, whereas this part, second part, this one, depends on circuit characteristics and circuit configurations, nature of circuit. All these are interrelated. So circuit characteristic is nothing but is a result of circuit configuration. Circuit configuration is nothing but nature of circuit. Then particular integral does not contain any arbitrary constant. We don't see here any arbitrary constant. But this part, which is complementary function, is having an arbitrary constant K. So this doesn't depend on arbitrary constant, whereas this part, second part, complementary solution or transient response, is having a arbitrary constant K, and which is evaluated with the help of initial conditions. And this part, complementary function, this does not depend on Q. But this part, particular function, depends on Q, forcing function. So this is the summary of the previous lecture. We will stop here. Thank you.